we're down there in 70. That's Casey. They got that. They did a couple other ones. Not on it, system and Creed started working the way back. And Casey's when it came. Okay. Could be interesting. I got a bunch of calls there too. I was gone last week, but normal billing from Texas. If they come through and scrape the road and spawn, if we realize that the temperature warmed up that much. Yeah. Okay. We gotta figure out who's doing what. Yeah, it's on the list. On our agenda. Yeah, it is. You guys are getting on all plum job. Yeah. Sorry. All this spring ought to be good for that, not doing culverts. Hey, I was thinking, I don't know, Charlie's service of cheddar for us. Yeah, and he gets to go down to the west of the way it's not us. One of the cases. Trying to get this all together. I gotta go to the other side. We gotta go on the water. The other side. Yes, yes, indeed.
All right, 6 o'clock. You guys want to start with the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You guys want to turn your microphones on? All right. Thank you and welcome everybody to the January 3rd City Council meeting in Red River. A little different tonight beginning because we have oath of office for the 3 recent elected members of the council tonight. Due to the weather, our notary public that was supposed to attend in Ferguson wasn't able to make it, so we're going to do that part remote. We have our clerk remote, so Karen will administer the oath. We will start with the 2 council members. We'll do those together, and mayor has to be done separately. So, Karen, are you ready?
I am ready. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay.
So Abe and Jay, if you guys will stand, and you have the oath in front of you there. And
Okay, and I will read it to you, and then you can repeat after me. You want to? Can you hear me? Okay.
you can do fine.
Okay, great. Then please state your name.
I, Abe Zanto,
I, Jay Satterback,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will.
that I will
So we can do it together, probably.
No, you
I think. Support the
teamwork.
Constitution of the United States
support
And
the
the
Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
and the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
and the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
and that I will discharge faithfully
and I will discharge faithfully
and I will discharge faithfully
the duties of the office of City Councilor
the duties of the office of City Councilor
the duties of the office of City Councilor
in the City of Credit River,
in the City of Credit River,
in the City of Credit River,
the State of Minnesota,
the State of Minnesota,
the State of Minnesota,
to the best of my judgment and ability.
to the best of my judgment and ability.
to the best of my judgment and ability.
Thank you. Chris,
Okay, Karen,
hey, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. I, Chris Costick,
I, Chris Costick,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
and the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
and I will fully discharge faithfully
and I will discharge faithfully
the duties of the office of mayor
the duties of office of mayor
in the city of Credit River,
in the city of Credit River,
the state of Minnesota,
the state of Minnesota,
to the best of my judgment and ability.
to the best of my judgment and ability. So,
Have you signed the oaths in front of you?
and then we will hold afterwards. We'll do some pictures, group pictures, headshots afterwards, and if family member wants to stick around that long, if they want to be involved, or if they want pictures with you now, we can do that.
We got pictures.
Picture of your family with the newly sworn in council member.
Let's do it.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate that. And appreciate and welcome Abe and Jay as our new members of our city council.
Yeah.
You know, as our second city council. So.
And congratulations, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, first up, approve or amend the agenda. Is there any changes to the agenda tonight? Or if not, I would take a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Thank you, Leroy.
I'll second.
Thank you, Abe. We have a motion and a second to approve the agenda as written. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Sheriff's report. Good evening, Deputy Strack.
Good evening. Well, the monthly report.
Okay,
All right.
you're good, John. So tonight, well, we have Deputy Strack, as we've mentioned before. We also have our latest addition to our law enforcement team in Credit River. John Pearson is our newest deputy to be added to our team.
Welcome.
Thank you. So I have November's monthly report due to the fact that December just ended and without New Year Day and so we have November's. There was a total of 80 Credit River. The contracted Credit River deputy for the contract handled 47 of those calls, which gives you 50% coverage by the contracted deputy. 36 of the others were handled by other deputies. There's not a lot of ICRs or the calls that stand out that are massive. There was a bunch of medicals, which is going to be normal for a city. We do have some suspicious calls, and those are usually the ones that are handled by the other deputies because they're going into Murphy Hammerhead Park. Usually cars are not labeled as a suspicion. There was 2 DWIs on TZD shifts that were handled by myself. So it wasn't a Credit River, but they were inside Credit River. One was in Murphy Hammerhead, truck went in the ditch, and then one was on Texas where a truck went in the ditch. So other than that, we did have, there is one ICR that was a criminal sexual conduct that stood out. Don't have those very often in Credit River. That could be just an old report. I don't have any of the details on it. I can get it to you. I can't give you the specifics of everything, but we did have one structure fire on November 3rd. And then other than that, like I said, most of it was medicals and civil calls. We're starting to get a lot more civil calls with like civil property exchanges, parking. So a lot of times the parking stuff will be civil. We did have one parking complaint down on like Monterey Avenue area in the cul-de-sac zone where cars were being parked. And anonymous reporting party was concerned about the plowing, and the homeowner told him, go keep plowing the cul-de-sac. So, we handled that, but I can't own city roads, so. Other than that, that's really all. Do you have any questions on the monthly reports?
No.
I can email you the stats so you can put up on the website too.
Yeah, just for everybody's knowledge,
Yep.
Deputy Strack and I were talking before the meeting, and we're gonna start posting those on the website on the law enforcement page, so.
Yep.
Visibility for everybody. Now they'll be delayed because as you hear, December just finished, it's not done yet, it's not an immediate up-to-date thing, but. You know, as soon as we can.
It also
look at those.
depends on when the meeting, like February's meeting might be,
Mhm.
you know, later in the week, and we might have, without any holidays, we might have January's right away.
Yeah.
So. As soon as I get them, I'll email them to you.
Yeah.
So even if it's a delay, like we get December next week, John or I will email it to you.
Perfect.
So it can get up on the website. Other than that, we're gonna start doing, like a monthly public safety speak, not like a speak, just talk about something for public safety that we're starting to see. And what we see in the month of like January is lost over cars. And that's because it's full of, people are starting their cars, they're letting them run. And then, keeping them unlocked and people are stealing. And it's not older people, it's young people. I mean, as you can see on the web or on the news, there's 13, 14, 16-year-olds running around stealing cars. If you have the newer cars that is a push button start, and you keep out inside the house and it's close enough to start it, that car can still be driven away. The only time that car will not restart is when they shut it off somewhere else. So they can drive it as far as they want, shut it off, and it won't restart. What they're doing is they're stealing these cars, they're going back to the cities, and then they're stealing another car. So if you're in your driveway and you're starting your car, leave the door locked. Other than that, for public safety wise, they also said new cars don't start and let them up. So there's an article on that actually damaging cars. I know it's cold to get into a car, but it's colder when you don't have a car. Just saying. But so that's the public safety for January for credit rating. If you're starting your car, make sure it's locked. If you're having an old style car where you have to put a key in the ignition, have a second one, lock it, and then go back out because they're gonna steal it if it's open. If you lock that car, a lot of times they'll try the handle and then they're off on, because they only want it within a matter of seconds, but. So, and then. Deputy Fierce is gonna talk about another event that the county has.
Yeah, so like Jeff was saying, so besides beyond the stats and then the safety, every month we want to talk about something else also. So today, the topic is the sheriff's office puts on an annual community academy. It used to be called Citizens Academy when I attended it. Just a long time ago. But it's a 7-week, or I believe it's 7-week program, once a week, and you can sign up on the website. And it runs you through every night. It goes through a different topic with the sheriff's office. So you get an introduction from the sheriff himself on the first night. And then as you go through, there's investigation, civil, task force, you get introduced to some of the court stuff. Judge will hang out, at night, come over to the courthouse, they'll talk to you, and ask questions. When I did this, it helped direct me towards the career that I now have. So anybody over the age of 18 can sign up for it. It's a fabulous event to go to. Not a lot of people know about it, but I highly recommend it. It's just, it's nice to see how the agency runs, and especially since we're, facilitated with you guys through the contract. It's kind of your agency to a point too, that these are the things that, the sheriff's office has available and accessible to you guys. So that's the link, and, like I said, you can go down and anybody can register for it.
Has anybody taken that? Has anybody done that in here? I did it again a long time ago. I'm trying to remember who was sheriff at the time. Who was before Luke? Before him.
Yeah, was it Bill Nevins before?
Yeah, it would have been, Bill.
No, and
Yeah,
animals.
yeah,
That's who we have now. I think it was Bill Nevins that's the
it could be.
Yeah.
I remember it's a couple, it wasn't Stanika, it was before him. I remember he was there, but I did that and it was a fabulous time. It was really interesting. I don't know, do they still tase people during that? Because,
I didn't get tased.
yeah, because in our group, they volunteer, you can get tased. And, yeah,
Else you could ask.
Still volunteer to do it. Oh, with the license form.
yeah. Alcohol, do the alcohol.
Don't know.
That was.
That was
I
interesting.
found that to probably be one of the.
Yeah,
ones.
that was interesting. There was one lady in our group that after half a glass of wine blew the legal limit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
Yeah.
very informative and
it's definitely worth doing. I would definitely recommend it. And I almost want to do it again because that was pretty neat. So great opportunity for anybody. Perfect. Well, welcome Deputy Fearson, and we appreciate you being here tonight and sharing this info with you. And I will post a link to the Community Academy to our website and social, just so we can spread the word.
a little bit about me. I've been in law enforcement since 2011. I actually grew up in Sanger Lake, lived in the county my whole life. Couple of kids, very involved in our community that we live in. Have friends that still live here, their parents who still live here, so very invested in Credit River since I know several people around here as well. So
Perfect.
anything else?
No, I think we're good. Thank you. Thank you both of you. Both be safe out there tonight. The roads the way they are. And we will see you around.
Fabulous.
Perfect. Have a good evening. And you got your key, right? You gave Jeff his key back?
Oh, boy.
I got the 8 here, you know.
All right. Perfect. Well, let's move on to consent agenda. Those items on the council agenda, which are considered routine, non-controversial, are included as a part of the consent agenda. Unless a council member specifically requests that an item on the consent agenda be removed and considered separately, items on the consent agenda are considered under one motion, a second, and a vote. Any item removed from the consent agenda shall be placed at the end of general business. Tonight on the consent agenda, we have an amendment for the law enforcement agreement service with Scott County Sheriff's Office. Just so everybody knows, because that was on last month's as well. There was a calculation piece that the Sheriff's Office missed for uniforms for the officers, and it amounts to $2,000 or less. I think it was $1,400, right? So that's just a change in that. Next up, approve the financial contribution to Prior Lake Rotary for the Martin Luther King Day observance activities at the high school. Approving the minutes of the December 19th City Council meeting and the natural systems utilities proposed rates for 2023. Is there anything on the consent agenda that anybody'd like to pull and consider separately? No.
No.
All right, if you guys are good with that, I would take a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Brent.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Leroy. I have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda as written. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Open forum. The public forum is intended to afford the public an opportunity to address concerns to the council. The public forum will be no longer than 30 minutes in length, and each presenter will have no more than 5 minutes to speak. Topics of discussion are restricted to local governmental topics rather than private or political agendas. The council may discuss but will not take formal action on public forum presentations. Is there anybody that'd like to speak in public forum tonight? Hearing none, we will move on. Under general business tonight, we've got appointments and liaison resolution in your packet. We have the resolution number. Sorry.
2023-01.
Yeah. Look at that. Our very first one.
First one.
So in that resolution, we have our appointments to certain offices and positions, along with the appointing our staff and everybody as well. And in that, we've got the packet or the list of responsibilities that I'm recommending we do for the council members. Has everybody had a chance to review that and look that over? And anybody have any questions on any of that? No.
Maybe inconsequential, Mr. Mayor, but
Yeah.
second page, it talks about the regular meetings of the planning commission being on Mondays. Is it Thursday instead?
Oh. Yeah, I think we need to make sure that terminology is corrected, that it's the third Thursday of the month.
Yeah, it's number 5.
Yeah. No, that's a good catch on that one. I think actually we saw that before and we didn't get the change in. Mark will have to change that in the resolution text.
So we can approve that as submitted.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, if we're gonna change that, then, it talks about the regular meetings at the Credit River City Hall. And it says the planning commission at the Credit River City Hall, formerly the Credit River Town Hall. Maybe we don't need that on there.
We probably don't need credit former.
But well, if we don't have it on the city council meetings,
Right.
if we're gonna-
We will omit that. Then.
Perfect. Okay. If everybody's good with everything else, then I would take a motion to pass resolution 2023-01.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Leroy.
Second,
I'll take Jay this time.
yeah, sounds good.
Well, there's a tie. I gotta break the tie somehow.
Right.
All right, a motion and a second to pass resolution 2023-01. I'll read that resolution, a resolution making appointments to certain offices and positions within the city of Credit River for the year, setting salaries and employment terms and establishing meeting times with the two amendments. The motion is second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. All right, next up tonight, we've got a treasurer for the finance. We've got a approval of fund transfer. Dominique.
In order to pay the claims tonight of 563,240.07, we need to move from savings into checking $300,000. I need a motion to be able to do that.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions, or I would take a motion to approve the transfer?
Make that motion.
Thank you, Abe.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Leroy. So I've got a motion and a second to approve the transfer of $300,000 from savings to checking. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Next up, we have a claim summary list to be paid tonight. Total dollar amount of claims tonight is $563,240.07. The claim list is in the packet tonight. Anybody have any questions, on any of the claims? Otherwise, I'll take a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Brent.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Leroy. So I've got a motion and a second to approve the claims to be paid tonight for the amount of $562,240.07. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Council member liaison updates and council member reports. Does anybody have anything tonight?
I do.
Leroy.
They're gonna go either tomorrow or Thursday with our road grader and wing out all the roads, so. I'm sure the phone will be ringing about something. Mailboxes or tearing up yards, or there's little orange fiberglass things laying too far out in their yard or something, so,
Too much snow.
yeah.
Yeah. No, they're gonna do
And they're gonna,
corners with front end loader too.
they're going out the front end loader too and push back all the intersections.
Yeah,
Getting really difficult to see.
it is.
And we have, Mr. Wolf isn't here, but we have an issue with County Road 27 since it's been rebuilt and widened. The county plows the road and leaves a 3-foot windrow in our roads. So we'll make a call and see if they can't clean up their mess a little better.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay,
That's all I have.
perfect. Anybody else have anything tonight? No?
Cool.
Just a reminder that I think everybody was had sent out planning commission member applications. And what did we say, Mark? That by next Monday, so rank the top 6 from the applications. With the your top candidate being number 6.
Yeah.
And as a reminder of the process, then the top 4 will be interviewed by the committee of the mayor and the vice mayor, along with the planning commission and chair and vice chair of the planning commission. And then that group will come back with a recommendation to appoint the top 2 replacements on the planning commission. So that we can get Abe off a double duty.
Did you repeat
That'd be good.
Would you repeat that ranking?
Repeat the ranking?
Yeah.
So
Number 6 is your top ranked one down to number 1.
Okay.
So rank your top 6 with number 1 being 6.
Thank you.
Yep.
I think it's in the instructions. that-
It is. It is. So.
Okay.
Okay. Other than that, I don't have anything else.
No,
All right.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
You're gonna be the new Andrew
Yep.
Stevens, huh?
Oh. At least I'm here.
All right, motion to adjourn. Anybody want to second that? Thank you, Abe. I've got a motion and a second to adjourn tonight's meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. So that's it.